Hi everyone. Welcome to New at Knox, a taste of the library for Pentecost and the growing time. Now I know it's still Easter, but chances are if you are either planning worship or are involved in Christian education, your thoughts have already started to drift ahead to Ascension, Pentecost, and the season beyond. So I thought over the next few weeks I'd share with you some of our books, picture books specifically, that we have here at Cavan Library and the Mackay Educational Resource Center that may be particularly helpful to you over these next few months. So through, Ascension, Pentecost, and in the summer months that follow, perhaps as you're planning for intergenerational worship, either virtual or in person, maybe putting together plans for Vacation Bible Camp, or just finding simple and meaningful and creative ways to keep your congregation connected over the months to come. So the first book I have for you I'm particularly excited about because it's brand new. In fact, it just launched yesterday. This is called Breathe, a child's guide to Ascension, Pentecost, and the growing time. And Breathe is part of a series with two other books. There's Look, Child's Guide to Advent and Christmas, and Make Room, a child's guide to Lent and Easter. So if you're at all familiar with the other two books, you'll kind of have a sense of what the format for Breathe is. It moves back and forth between retellings of biblical stories and then observations from the point of view of a child who is part of a faith community and then moving through these seasons in that community. So Breathe, the biblical stories covered in Breathe are Ascension, Pentecost, both from Acts and from the Gospel of John, the story of Paul and Ananias. The book also draws on Paul's language of the fruits of the Spirit, but it also reaches well beyond Pentecost and touches on themes like caring for the environment, practicing mindfulness, praying with the wind and our breath, so experimenting with different prayer forms, hospitality, human migration, cycles of life and death. So you could take this book in a lot of different directions. And if you are worship or planning for worship and preaching, you could even use it as the basis for a sermon series and then integrate that. So come up with intergenerational activities that would involve the children and people of all ages in the same texts that are used in your sermons. So above all, I would say Breathe is a book about connection. The many mysterious ways the Spirit connects us to Jesus, to one another, to other living things, and to this complex and beautiful world that we share. So in the weeks to come, I'll be sharing some other books that explore and expand on that theme of connection. You can borrow Breathe, and I feel like the sun is on it in a weird way. You can borrow Breathe, like all our books, through curbside service. And I should say, Breathe is written by me, Laura Alary, and is beautifully illustrated by Cathrin Peterslund. It's published by Paraclete Press. And before I go, I'm just going to read the first page so you can get just a little taste of the language here. And here's the opening. The day of Pentecost is coming. The church is changing color. The white and gold of Easter will soon burst into flaming red, then cool to green. The world outside has its own seasons. It is changing colors too. In many places, the whites and browns of winter have been folded away for another year. Colors are bursting out everywhere. Wildflowers in ditches, birds flashing bright wings, dandelions popping out in unexpected places. Everything is greening. It feels like the sleeping world is waking up again, taking a deep breath, getting ready to grow. So, Breathe. Available here at the library. See you next time.